And here it is. Wow. A 3.1 pound cinnamon walnut coffee cake. My grandma's, like only my grandma could make. This is the lowest price you will see for at least 6 months on QVC or QVC Plus. But the price goes up at the end of the day if there are any remaining. $27.96 today, M53908. Robert Katz joins me, the president of My Grandma's. Robert, this price for this big a cake, really exceptional.
Dan, when I say over the top, and I don't use that term here, this is over the top. Best price in 6 months. We haven't had this price for over 23 years.
You've already got a slice.
Oh yeah. No, that's what the small like look like.
Okay.
Just
let me go right here.
Take a look at what we're selling. A large slice today. We have to offer. That's a large slice, and look at the small slice. You see the difference? This is 50 ounces of coffee cake, over 3 pounds, okay, which is more than 1.5 times the regular cake that we have here, but it's also so much more moist because there's so many more walnuts we can cram into that large cake, so much more cinnamon that's fresh, pure bourbon vanilla from Madagascar, which is up to $200 a gallon.
You want to start your day out right.
Oh, my goodness.
Start it out with this. Robert, I always talk about how moist your cakes are.
Yeah.
These are even more moist.
Isn't it incredible how they say?
Why
A lot of folks say the large cakes are more moist because we can put more vanilla in there, because there's more cultured sour cream. It has more room to rise.
Is this the really expensive ingredient right here?
That's our baby. That's our secret recipe. I don't know if you've even seen national news lately. They're talking about a shortage in Madagascar, but we are one of the largest customers on the island, so we make sure we've got that well in advance. I've got to say, Dan, if you're starting out with My Grandma's and if you've never had it, this is the world-famous cake that they all write about. This was our first cake, our first flavor, the cinnamon walnut. It's our original. It's the one we sell the most of. And I'll tell you, I'll say this quietly, but on our own website, it's $43.
We'll whisper that. $43.
Unbelievable.
$43
Unbelievable.
on the website. We're at $27.90. I want to shout it. We're at $27.96.
Such a deal.
And again, you've got free shipping and handling. 800 have already been ordered.
Goodness.
We just started talking
we're
about
not
this.
going to keep them here.
800, brand new today. A one-day only price is just that. It's only today, only while they last, and that's the lowest price guaranteed for at least 6 months. Now, you're putting syrup on it.
Yeah, this has now been dipped in egg and put in a frying pan for 15 seconds and flipped over.
Is this our My Grandma's French toast?
My Grandma's French toast. And I got to tell you, we had a blizzard there in Boston a few days ago.
Yeah, we did.
And we couldn't bake for a couple of days, but the crew is in tonight baking for whoever wants these cakes to be shipped tomorrow. They're in there
so they're
now.
Coming fresh to
They're going to be storm-proof and ready to go with the finest ingredients. A lot of folks had this for breakfast during the blizzard because they had the cake at home.
Wow. Here's where they come from.
Oh, there
My Grandma's up in New England.
The original My Grandma's.
You're in the Boston area.
The only place that made the world, the heart of New England and Boston. We mix the batter 100 cakes at a time. We pour in pure bourbon vanilla with farm fresh eggs, and we also use cultured sour cream. Now, it's important to know the sour cream we use is cultured. That means it's aged naturally. If you've ever heard the term the cream rises to the top, well, that literally is an old-fashioned term from hundreds of years ago. That's how sour cream was soured. It rose to the top. Nowadays, companies take shortcuts and they throw citric acid.
What are we seeing here?
That's a hand-peeled apple. Everything made by hand, 100 cakes at a time. And this baby, I'm telling you, I am so excited about having this large cake here.
And there's walnuts in there.
Oh my goodness, loaded with fresh California Mariani walnuts. These aren't what you get in the store. Usually they're in a warehouse for 5-6 months. They spray them to keep them moist. These come directly from the orchard. So you're tasting pure bourbon vanilla, right from Madagascar, fresh walnut oil, which is still in our natural walnuts, pure walnuts that we use from the Mariani orchard, the best you can get in the world from the high altitudes up in California, up in San Francisco.
It's so tasty. I've been eating for 2 hours and 24 minutes.
There you go. And just moist is the magic word. The cake is so darn moist.
Now, does it come frozen to me?
Okay. They all come, and believe it or not, we have a retro box, which is, the original box we had in 1993 when they first came out. So this cake will arrive in this box, and ready to go in a plastic bag. You can put it in the freezer. My suggestion, no matter where it's come from, let it set in the fridge for a little while and take a nice sharp knife and take a nice sexy slice right out of it where it's nice and moist, not falling apart. And if you get that smooth slice, this cake that I'm slicing now has cold, and it gets a beautiful cut on that cake.
Well,
that's what you're tasting with the freshness that we put in there.
I will tell you, all of the My Grandma's cakes that Robert has brought us have been very popular. This is the one that kind of started it all. The cinnamon walnut coffee cake. This is a 3.1 pound, and that's bigger than what you normally do.
My goodness.
And at a price, a killer price, one day only price of $27.96. That's the lowest price you will see
ever
for at least the next 6 months,
Oh, yeah.
and maybe longer. But we guarantee it, you won't see it lower for 6 months. New today, M53908, $27.96.
Yeah.
And I've served my grandmas with when companies come in from out of town, and they all comment on it. They say, "Where did you get this? It's so moist, so flavorful." And it, you know, the coffee cakes you buy in the store can't even compare.
Oh, no. Well, we're so proud of these, and as we tell everybody, this is guaranteed, not just by us, but by QVC. You look at the face of the person that's tasting this cake for the first time when you serve it, and if you don't see an expression that you will never, ever forget, then that's not my grandma's. We guarantee every single one of these cakes not only exceed the quality you expect, but you'll be talking about it. We rely on word of mouth, to be honest with you. We don't spend money nationally advertising. So it's customers at QVC and friends of ours who tried this cake and become friends. And we're so proud of this product. And at this
Can I tell you an interesting fact?
Go ahead.
Remember a few minutes ago I said 800 orders? Now we're over 2,000.
Oh, my goodness.
Over 2,000.
I'm glad the crew just came in there.
We have a limited number of these that Bob and his crew can make because they're being made fresh and sent out to you, M53908. $27.96. You and I were talking before the program. That's what a great price that is.
Oh, it's unbelievable. That's below our 1995 price. It's incredible.
Really? We've turned the clock
that's 21
back today.
years ago.
I like
we
it.
just can't do it.
Our
for
retro, my grandma's
And I'll do the David test if you don't mind. David loves to put his finger in the cake and show the bounce back on how moist it is.
Bouncy.
It bounces
almost
right
like
back.
a trampoline.
You can't get that anywhere. And this is a cake right out of the box from my grandma's. So moist, so fresh that it sticks to your fingers.
Again, cinnamon and walnut coffee cake. How does this compare? 3.1 pounds. What do we normally offer?
Oh, we usually have a cake that weighs just, it's 28 ounces, so it's just under about 1.5 pounds. And this one being 3 pounds.
Wow. So we've doubled it.
Almost doubled. It goes
Almost
from
doubled.
28 ounces to 50 ounces.
We've doubled it, and we're giving it to you
This
at
is
a low,
crazy.
one-day only price.
Our baker said, "Are you kidding me? We're going to come in 2 feet of snow." And I said, "Believe me, they're going to do it."
Now, if I've got company coming in 2 weeks, will this keep in the freezer?
Dan, that's terrific you asked. This cake, because it has no butter, no trans fats, which don't freeze well. Butter doesn't freeze well. Trans fats don't freeze well. Artificial preservatives don't freeze well. Tastes great the first day, but then when you put it in the freezer, they freeze up. This has none of those in it. No artificial flavoring and no artificial coloring. So they all come, these cakes, one cake in a special bag, freezer bag. You can take this cake and whatever you have left over when you get it this weekend, put it in the freezer. Take it out next week, take it out for Easter, serve it fresh. If you've got any left over, save it for Mother's Day. You could even have this cake, I promise you, personally, for the 4th of July, out of your freezer. It will taste just as fresh. And a lot of folks like the cake having been frozen because it tastes so great.
The point is, at this price today,
my goodness,
you might want to order more than one. Maybe stock up on it. Oh, now 3,000 orders.
Oh, my goodness.
You better get those bakers going.
Well, they're in right now.
Because this is popular. M53908 for $27.96, a one-day only price. It is your cinnamon walnut coffee cake. Was this the first one you ever did?
This cinnamon walnut is the one that's been written up by all the major newspapers. We've been on, actually, the Today Show recommended you buy it from QVC because they got such a special price. I almost fell out of my chair when I mentioned that. But we've actually been mentioned in some movies, a few places where we've actually been served on other movies.
They've served your coffee cake at some big awards.
Oh, we sure have. Actually, yes, the Cannes Film Festival, 2 years in a row. And if you know some of the names of folks that were eating our cake at the American Pavilion, you'd fall over.
Were they happy?
Yeah, the beauty of that is, you know, the beauty of that is, rather than being famous, that's wonderful. But those folks have enough money; they can get whatever they want.
Yeah.
So the beauty is that we're pleasing folks and surprising folks who have all kinds of money, travel all over the world.
Yeah.
But you can only get this cake in one
So
place.
you never know. If you have it, Brad Pitt might stop by. Who knows? You never know.
Yeah.
You'll have my grandma's coffee
this cake has got me into some places you wouldn't believe.
Right, okay. Brand new today. I've got to recap. We've got about 36 left. By the way, Jimmy the Baker's here with his melt-away cookies. Ed Seabolt's here with their most popular item. We've got all kinds of good things. Do me a favor.
Can I ask you, Dan? I don't know if you really care to do, but I'll let you know that we had one of the finest sommeliers in the world, Kevin O'Leary, recommend this cake with the, not for breakfast, but for a snack or for dessert with the red rosé that he has.
His red rosé.
And my only suggestion is
continue ordering our today's special
dip a little of it in the red wine and taste a slice of it, and it was unbelievable. What a wonderful combination. It brings out the flavor of the walnuts and the freshness of the walnuts, and it's such a wonderful experience.
All right, thank you, Robert. Now 4,000 gone. We only have 1,700 remaining. Stay on the line. M53908 going quickly. Our one day only My Grandma's Cinnamon Walnut Coffee Cake, over 3 pounds, $27.96. And shipping and handling is free. Well, we've got something from Harry London's next, but here's an update.